What an intro.
Just getting ready.
Big stretch.
Big
stretch.
Got to do like a dog and do a big stretch. Big stretch. Hello, and welcome back to the Realms of Pugmire. Pugmire. We're going to change it all the way through. We don't really mind. Yes, welcome back. As before, my name is Nate, and I am here joined by our heroic hounds, ready to continue on their adventure as we continue on with our game. So, where we left you guys off, we left you surrounded by cat bandits.
Boo!
Remember? So,
Ugh.
if you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, we highly recommend that you go back and check those out. But if you have and you just need a quick little reminder, so our heroes here are finding out what has happened to the kingdom's supply of sausages, bacon, and all sorts of meats that haven't been entering into the city walls. They found a rat that was able to tell them some details, and then promptly got him arrested. To then follow off to bargain for a cart from an old bloodhound, or an old basset hound, I think. Yeah, it was a basset hound.
Mm-hmm. Yes. He was great.
So they entered into the woods outside of the kingdom, where rogues and bandits seem to roam, hoping that they will be able to ambush their own. Ambush the bandits who are taking over and sort of taking over these carts that are coming in, trying to bring meat into the kingdom. And along the way, they met a brown wormy dog by the name of Biscuit, who asked if they needed to pay for protection, and then they were ambushed by a bunch of bandit cats. So,
Betrayed by the wormy dog.
Betrayed by the wormy dog. So, before we begin again, hello Dan, hello Julia, hello Chris, hello Louie. Do you want to get into it?
Hi.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hello.
Let's get into it. So,
Woof.
you are, as Biscuit has announced that sort of like, are you willing to pay for your protection, for your cart? 5 cats have ambushed you from out of the bushes. You, Sister Onyx, you recognize from behind you, as you sort of flip round to look behind you, you notice that one of these cats is a full black cat, like the rat told you earlier on in the day, and a fluffy black and white cat as well, who's a little bit smaller. What you don't notice is you're looking at these 2 cats, and it's probably Bourbon who's noticed this, that one of these cats is pretty hench tabby cat with a large battle axe that is preparing to sort of take over your cart.
Boy.
And this black tabby cat sort of like just sort of swans over to you, and he's like, all right then, what's it gonna be then? Are you gonna pay for your protection, or are you gonna give up what you got?
Sorry, who's he swanned up to?
He's swanned up to the cart. So you're Bourbon, you're currently on the cart at the moment.
Yeah.
Adrian, Adrian is hidden. Yeah.
Adrian is
so
hiding.
currently at the moment they can
In the
only
back.
see Bourbon, Abby, and Onyx, and of course. So Biscuit has sort of slinked away. You can still see him. He's sort of cowering by a bush.
Bourbon. Black fur tabby. I think Bourbon will demonstrate the finest survival skills and look towards Sister Onyx with a face of a dog that's just eaten the loo roll. The ears, the fluff of the ears seems to deflate slightly as I kind of look over at Sister Onyx, and then the really pathetic like tilt of the head towards the cat, as if to be like, what's
Sister Onyx just rolls her eyes. Bon. She says it's a ginger tabby cat. Is the hench ginger tabby cat that's talking to us? Or, yeah.
Hench ginger tabby cat.
What are we talking here? I mean, you want our wares, or you want plastic?
Well, it depends on what you want, really. We're offering a service, you see. You either give us a payment for us to move quickly on, or we take what you've got in your cart. The choice is yours, obviously. Or, if you don't want to do either of those, then we can make this a little bit more violent.
So I've got some bandits in the back. Just
I thought that was roleplay by Sister Onyx for a second, taking a cool, calculated look behind you.
Someone's having a buff. She's saying, fight!
She wants to go out and see the foxes. That's what she wants to do.
Well, I'll carry on looking at Sister Onyx, and then maybe we could introduce them to the wares of our carts. Maybe there will be something that will surprise them.
Well, yes. I mean, you're welcome to take a look.
There could be all sorts under this cart top that would put a spring in your step.
Happy cat sort of like, dog's a bit weird. But seeing as you've made a good choice here, I'll go and take a little peeky and see what you got.
Abby just starts looking wildly between Bourbon, Sister Onyx, like, are we gonna let this happen kind of look.
I can't imagine that Sister Onyx is happy with this. But there will be a big wink over to Abby.
He's going to kill us all, he whispers.
It's a wink and a tap of the forehead.
This aristocratic idiot will be the death of all of us.
So this tabby cat is going to go round to the side of the cart. He's going to lift himself up and he's going to take a look. At this current moment, the little fluffy black and white one has currently got sort of like a short bow on you, Sister Onyx. And there's a couple more sort of just like other smaller tabby cats that are sort of hanging round the other side of this little clearing. One of them has a short bow, sort of like trained on Bourbon, and the other one's sort of holding a javelin, just ready to sort of attack if anything goes a little bit awry.
Blimey.
Wouldn't shoot a sister of the cloth, surely.
No sister, my dear, you're no sister of ours, I'm afraid.
Oh boy.
We've got no need for your man.
Gosh, you take that back.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
Adrian, as this tabby cat is, you can feel this sort of this big paw and these claws sort of go onto the cloth that you're hiding under. Is there anything you would like to do?
I don't know if the plan is spring the attack, but that is what Adrian is going to do. Before anything happens, he just mutters under his breath, "This is for you, father." And as soon as there is enough space, we'll kind of pounce and kind of draw his cutlass all at the same time and kind of hold whatever cat, or attempt to hold whatever cat kind of at bay, maybe aim a strike at a cat.
Cool. With a surprise attack, this large tabby is going to go, "Oh, it's an ambush! Get 'em, boys!" And we are going to go into initiative.
Yay!
Well, we're going to go into combat.
Yeah.
So how combat works in Pugmire is, so the step one is we have to determine it is a surprise. So we will determine it is a surprise. It's a surprise on the bandits.
Okay.
Step number two is to establish positions. So we're going to establish positions on where you're all going to be within sort of like the scene.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're doing a little bit of theatre of the mind here. But we're going to establish where you are all situated, and I'll let you know where sort of like the bandits are situated as well. So Dan, whereabouts are you in this scene? So we'll say we're in a clearing. It's about sort of like, it's like a 40-foot clearing all the way around. Where are you situated?
So I imagine I'm almost as central as it can be on the so I imagine I'm probably stood up on the driver's perch on the front of the car.
Fantastic. Julia, where is Abby?
I think I said that I came out of the tree line with Sister Onyx, so we'd be close to the cart,
Right.
probably. But it sounds like we're on the opposite side of the cart to the ones that are on the other side of the clearing, so could sort of duck down behind, sort of down the side of the cart by the sound of
Okay.
it. So I think at the moment I'm a few feet
Right.
from
How
the
much?
cart.
About 10 feet, 20
yeah,
feet
about
away
10
from the cart?
feet. 10,
10 feet
15?
away from
Let's say
the cart.
15.
15, nice in the middle.
Yeah.
So 15 feet away from the cart. Chris, obviously, Adrian has got his cutlass drawn at the tabby, so he is, in the phrases of Pugmire, is touching, basically. And Sister Onyx, where is Sister Onyx placed?
Be very close to so same size as Abby, maybe a step closer to the cart, because she was the one that came forward to talk to Bourbon about whatever Bourbon is doing.
Yeah, whatever the hell he's doing.
Fair enough. So we'll say that Abigail and Sister Onyx, you are on, we're facing the front of the cart. We'll say that you're on the right side of the cart.
Mhm.
Do you agree with that? Right side of the cart. So we've got a left side of the cart as well. So you've got the large bandit tabby cat. He's on the left side of the cart, being cutlass drawn by Adrian. There's also two other tabby cats, smaller tabby cats, that are about sort of 20 feet away from the cart. And then you've got like another couple, the black cat and the white and black fluffy cat, that are also again sort of like 20 feet away from the cart on the other side, on the side where you are. Is that all good in the picture? Fantastic. So the next thing is to roll initiative. So initiative works a bit differently in Pugmire. So we all roll a d20. And we add our agility modifier to that, and whoever gets the highest roll is the person who goes first. So we don't go in stages like we would in D&D, we just go and then we will play along from there.
Okay.
We got a 10, we got an 8, we got a 13
And a 7.
and a 7. Is that with your, let me know everyone with your
That's not
Well,
the mods. So 8 for Bobo.
10 for Abigail.
10 for Abigail.
12 for Adrian.
Okay.
13, just straight 13.
Straight 13 next as well. Ooh.
Uh-oh!
Uh-oh. So the Moggies have got they've got a +1 as well, so they've got a 15, so they are going to go first. However,
We are toast.
because it was a surprise ambush, they don't have to get their turn this time. So let's go with, we'll probably say it's Sister Onyx that will go first.
Cool.
Nate, would it be useful for me to note down who has gone during the fight, just so that we have it on list?
No, that's okay, I can grab that all down.
Okay.
So the way we're going to play this is, there's not real rules in Pugmire about this, so we've made a bit of a house rule. Basically, after Livy has taken her turn, she can choose then who goes next, basically. But there is a rule in Pugmire that means you can spend a fortune, so I've been a little bit lax on actually adding fortune to, so I'm going to add another fortune in that. Or actually I'm going to add another 2. I really liked the interaction with the bloodhound, or the basset hound last session.
That's great.
And I also am very impressed with the surprise attack after I tried to surprise attack you. So you have now got 4 in the fortune bowl.
Nice.
So Livy can choose who goes next, but you can spend a fortune for someone who hasn't gone yet to interrupt that roll.
Yeah.
So basically, we've decided that no one else gets any input on who goes next. It's completely Livy's decision. But if someone is just like, I really want to go next, then they have to spend a fortune to go next. And if I really want to go next, then I have to give you a fortune. And that's how we'll play it from there. So those are our house rules for now.
Nice.
Okay. Fab. Well, let's start with some magic.
Magic.
I only, just out of character, I only ever play fighters, and I'm just like, wait, what? So I'm going to. So Onyx bringing out her staff with the yellow sort of orb on the top. She sort of seeing that this is all about to kick off. She thumps it on the ground, and out of the orb comes a sort of of light, and Adrian, Abigail, and Bourbon all feel this warm feeling inside of them as they are all blessed.
Blessed.
So basically, you can roll an extra 1d4.
That is going to count for a lot. Thank you.
Nice.
On your target's next attack, check, or test.
Nice.
And it's for 1 minute. So
Fantastic. Is
Is
there
it a one
anything
and
else?
done, or is it? Do we carry on the D4?
nope, just carry on. You
Cool,
just carry
cool,
it on until it no longer is working.
Grand.
Should we say?
Is there anything
It's
else
a
you would like?
concentration spell, Nathan. By the way.
Oh, okay. I'll remember that. Is there anything else you'd like to do during this? So you can take a free action, and you can also do some movement as well.
I think. How far? What's the movement like in? Do I?
So you should have a movement speed in there. It's usually about 30 feet.
It is 30 feet. I'm going to move a little bit further away. So about 10, 20. Let's do 20 away from the cart.
Away from the cart. If you're going that way, you are heading towards the 2 other cats.
Is it
Unless
not a
you're going in a
road?
different direction.
Into back into the woods, or are
Back
they
into the wood.
Or they popped into the? Or they popped out of the woods?
They've popped out of the woods.
Yeah, we've ambushed
They're-
their ambush of our ambush.
Yeah. It's like ambushception.
Very, very good.
So
You could probably move more towards the front of the cart.
yeah,
to
maybe
move
just
away
a little
from
bit towards the front of the cart, just a little out of the action.
them. Cool. Awesome. And if you wanted to take a free action, the rulebook says you can ask or answer a question, banter, flip a switch, open an unlocked door, close a door, press a button, or shout something if you wanted to as a free action.
There you go.
As my free action, I will shout, "Get him, Adrian!" And the turn goes to Chris.
Cool.
Okay. In theory, this is up to you, Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Is Bourbon technically within 5 feet of me?
I would say Bourbon. Well, Bourbon is in nearby range, so he would be 5 to 20 feet, so he's in nearby range.
So I have a thing that says precise attack. Some dogs aren't honorable fighters. They know doing the most damage is all that matters. Once per turn, a dog can add 1d6 to a melee attack damage roll if she has a boon for any reason, or if one of her allies is within 5 feet of the target.
I mean, if you're hidden, you'd have a boon to attack anyway, I assume?
No. A boon is like an advantage, so...
Would you say that being blessed is an advantage?
Well, no, because you've already said
That's
what
a
blessed does.
So, depending upon whether Bourbon is within 5 feet of the target as well, I will be able to use my precise attack. If not, I will just do a slack.
I would say that Bourbon is definitely within 5 feet as well.
Okay.
Not
I
that he
didn't-
wants to be, he's probably edging away as much as he possibly can.
Alright.
But he isn't within 5 feet.
I'm just reading the rest of the thing. Okay. I can also hide as an agility sneak thing. So basically, D&D, kind of, but not. Right, great. I'm doing a roll. I can't remember what I'm adding. It's not great. Is it? It's add your agility, from what I remember, +1.
What kind of attack is it?
A melee attack.
A melee attack, then it will be your strength, so it will be your might.
Unless you're
It's a
you're
finesse.
using a weapon that allows you to use finesse instead.
Which I
Okay.
am.
Cool. Then it's
So I'm
your
using my cutlass, which is a finesse weapon.
Okay.
And then that allows me to use my agility. So that is a 12.
And your
So I rolled a 10. My agility's 2.
Plus your proficiency. If you experience bonus, pardon.
Which is 1.
which is one.
Because it's all level 1, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's a 13
13
altogether.
in total. Yes.
Unless you
Four-
wanted to add a d4 onto that.
Oh, I can also add a d4.
Add a
onto that.
d4 onto that.
I will do that. That's an extra 3.
So that makes it up to 16, which does
16 in
hit,
total.
which does hit the head moggy that's in front of you.
Great.
Um,
He takes using both dice. I don't know if it's going to add them up, but let's see what happens. He takes 10 damage.
Nice, fantastic. He, as you catch him by surprise as well, you proper get him like right across the chest, and he is just like so bamboozled by it. He literally just sort of like falls back onto his back, and he's just like, but, get him, it's an ambush.
Oh boy.
And he is looking pretty hurt. For a big cat, so you weren't expecting to, from an attack from such a small dog, he is actually really just like, oh, yeah, he's not looking good.
Ooh.
And I guess I don't know if there's like I don't have like a disengage or anything like that. I don't know if there's like a opportunity attack. But what happens if I move away? That's a question that I have.
Disengage.
Is a skill I didn't take.
Yeah, so disengage is actually an action, so you can't. So because you've already done your action, you can't
Yeah.
disengage.
Okay, great. I'm glad I didn't take that.
But you can banter if you want.
Okay, bantering it is. Roll up the sleeves for this. With the swift swish swish of the cutlass, Adrian will kind of glower and kind of like look at the cat and go, "My name is Adrian. My father was killed in a battle very similar to this. It is possibly you. You must die."
This boss moggy that's sort of like just like profusely bleeding through like his chest is just like, what the bloody hell are you talking about? Chris, who would you like to go next?
I'm gonna allow the cats to go next.
So if they were bamboozled, because you bamboozled them so much, they don't actually get a turn this go
great.
because it's an ambush. So
Does then that pass to you, and then you choose who goes next, or do I just choose somebody else?
you can choose who goes next.
Okay. In which case, I will pass over to Abigail.
Abigail is horrified, and she's trying to decide between kind of leaping in the open or running back for the tree line to get a sort of sneaky advantage. How far is if I'm 15-ish foot from the cart? How far would it be for me to hoon it back into the tree line?
So we decided that the space around it is about 40 feet. So if
so
you're
like
pretty
25
much,
foot, and I've got maybe 30 foot movement.
Yeah.
Did you say there are bandits on our side of the cart, close to the
Yes.
trees? Oh,
Yes,
so I'd
there are.
actually be running towards them.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a great idea.
No.
Abigail. I think she's gonna. Oh boy, she's just who's threatening Bourbon the most?
Well, probably the
avoid
two
that one.
other the two other smaller tabbies that are like they've now got their. One of them has got a short bow drawn, and the other one is now sort of making his way over there since their boss has now taken quite a slashing.
Are those? Sorry, I do apologise. My
That's okay.
mental geography is absolutely dreadful. Are those the two that are by the tree line on our side of the cart?
No, so they're the ones on the opposite side. The
Oh,
ones on your
opposite side.
side is the tall black one and
Yes.
the small fluffy black and white one.
Do they are both heavily armed as well, presumably.
Yes, one has a short bow as well and a dagger.
Trained on. at the
Trained
moment?
on probably you and Onyx.
Oh dear. Okay. Are we into wanton destruction and murder right now? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I mean, I would try and keep one alive for questioning.
Oh, fine. Okay, in that case, I think
I thought was take out the leader at least, and then maybe all the rest will back down. But that was my thought.
yeah. Okay, I will probably shoost at. Tell you what. I'm gonna run for the cart, and I'm going to attempt to shoot one of the ones on the opposite side who's menacing Bourbon with my bow and arrow.
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm blessed. #blessed. So I'm going to roll a d4 with it, and I'm going to add 3 to that. Okay. So it's 25 to hit.
25. That is, that's definitely a hit.
Definitely a hit. So 1d6 plus 3. We're going to do 9 damage.
9 damage. So you start heading your way over to the cart, and you sort of shoot your bow and arrow, and that is going to hit the Moggy that is starting to actually make his way over with his javelin.
Yeah,
over
that
to
one.
Bourbon.
That's a good one to hit.
And so that's 9 damage. So that is going to be. I'll put that in there. So yeah, he just he takes this arrow sort of like in the side of his chest, and he just sort of like staggers back a bit before sort of righting himself and kind of looking very winded through the whole situation.
Okay, probably gonna duck down, just down the side by the side of the cart, but also keep an eye on the two that I am in very plain view of, in case they start trying to shoot me.
Cool.
Okay.
And I guess that leaves Dan to take the last turn.
Over to Dan.
So Bourbon is stood at the front of the cart, and currently he's doing the nervous dog tippy tap dance. Just like shuffling from foot to foot, doing a little bum wiggle. World building question. What is the sort of like the recognised like public health service? Like I don't know whether
The
Pugmire would have
FDA.
hospitals per se. Yeah. But like, what are there? Well, yeah. What's the Pugmire equivalent of a hospital?
Well, there will be healers in the kingdom.
Healers.
There,
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming there'd be sort of like almost like ambulance carts that could pick people up and take them to healers should they need it.
Depends if someone makes them known that they're out there.
Depends if you pay for
Yeah.
private health
Okay.
insurance.
Yeah, but
So Boss Mog and Javelin Mog are looking kind of beat up, and
They're
then
looking
there's
pretty beat up, yeah.
Bow Mog is off in the distance.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, seeing the Javelin Mog take an arrow, and then seeing that the Bow Mog is aiming at me, I will, kind of grasping my curved rod, holding a ball of sorts. I will mutter under my. Well, I'll shout out loudly. Somebody call an ambulance, but not for us. And I will point my rod of power at the Bow Mog, and 3 screaming darts of arcane energy will burst from the tip. 2 will go straight into Bow Mog. The 3rd will go into Javelin Mog. Bow Mog eats 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Yep.
And Javelin Mog eats 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
As these 3 arcane darts spin out and then kind of branch off, and there's little pink explosions as they hit the 2.
What does it look like as the two darts hitting the Bow Mog absolutely obliterate him? What does it look like?
Oh,
it
boy.
looks like pedigree chum.
Oh, no!
Absolute, unbridled, doom eternal devastation.
No.
And
the pedigree chum's not meant to be made out of dog. It's for
it's
the
made out of
dog.
cat.
Made out of cat.
Cat, yes, you're right. I stand corrected.
The light from the 3 darts as they arc out of this rod illuminate kind of Bourbon's face from underneath, so there's this ghoulish for a moment as they fly away, and then watching these 2 cats detonate, Needler from Halo games style, Bourbon will suddenly be absolutely horrified because the first time he's actually cast this spell, it was wildly more devastating than he thought it would be. In so much that he will, in a panic, throw himself over the front of the cart into over the driver's seat into the cart proper next to Adrian and the Boss Mog, and hands overhead, grabbing each of his ears and start squealing.
Okay. So yes, as you've noticed that one of this Mog that was well, actually, sorry, it was the Javelin Mog that was running towards you.
Yes.
As that has now been completely unrecognizable, as it lays in sort of a scorched heap on the floor.
No one will ever trace that back to me. That's
the Bow Mog is sort of it's taken a bit of it's definitely sort of
Was
the
he still
hair.
alive?
He's still alive.
Oh, poor
So
guy.
all of the hair that's sort of all the fur that's gone all the way across him, all the way down the back is just he's just got a bald stripe that just goes all the way across his head and down his back. That's just sort of slightly fizzing with a little bit of flame. We are back up to the top of the initiative. Let me just check how we do this because I didn't read this.
What I remember us chatting, Nate, I think it starts with the last person doesn't get to choose. It then goes back to the first person, but I could be wrong.
I think it does. Once all the characters have taken their round, they have done, a new round begins. The player or guide of the character who went last in the previous round chooses which character goes first in the new round. So Dan, you get to choose who goes next.
In which case, as I slam into the back of the cart, I shout to Adrian, help! And I will select Adrian to go.
Cool. With that in mind, maybe I do another step.
Can you do another stab?
Maybe you do another stab.
Maybe do another step. Gonna roll it. Whee! Not great. Really bad.
There's a plus to that, right?
that was including pluses.
No, that's
No,
not
plus-
including pluses. You get
Not including
plus.
pluses, but it's still
Not
not great.
including pluses.
Could be about 12. Something like that.
So yeah, a 12. Yeah,
A
9,
12?
10,
So with a 12, you do not hit. You feel the
Scandalous.
bolshiness of yourself as you were able to cause quite a lot of damage to this big tabby cat. I'm guessing you're going for the big tabby cat again.
Yeah. Same guy.
So you feel like a little bit of a bolshiness as this feeling of revenge is sort of pulsing through you to make another slash at this tabby cat. But he knows you now. He's not surprised anymore, and he ducks out of the way. As I'm going to give you a fortune, and I'm going to go next.
Ah, no.
Okay.
So
It's a fair cop.
we are going to go and take the tabby cat first. Come on, mouse. You know you want to go over here. Where are you? There you are. We are going to roll. That's an 18 plus 3. Does that hit you, Chris?
Probably, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I guess so. My defense is 13, so yeah.
13. Yeah, no hits.
Not bad.
Okay,
Little bit.
he is going to bring up his battle axe, and he is going to do some damage. So that is a 5 plus 2. So he's going to slash down at you, and he's going to do 7 edged damage to you.
Oof. I don't know what. I think my armor is the armor, right?
So your armor will be your defense,
Okay, then.
and so
then
your
it
stamina
is
will be your hit points in a way.
Yeah, I think it is what it is. Okay, great. I'm still alive.
Fantastic.
I'm still alive.
I'm still alive. I'm going to give you another fortune, and I'm going to let one of the other moggies take a go.
Uh-oh.
This moggy who's kind of got like this big bulge stripe sort of down his head is going to pull back his bow, and because even though you're in the cart, Bourbon, you're not hidden, so he can still see you.
Do I get some form of cover for, like, my bum's up in the air, but
Your bums, yeah. He can see you're trying to hide your head, but he can still see your bum as your tail's just doing this. And he is gonna roll it. Yeah. Does an 18 hit?
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
He is luckily not as strong as the big tabby, and he is going to do. He's only going to do 2 points of stabbing damage to you as an arrow sort of shoots over to you and gets you right in the cheek.
Boink. Okay, there's a squeal in a vaguely French accent.
Mon Dieu!
Arrow to the knee.
And that is enough for the moggy, so I'm going to say Onyx is going to go next.
Good.
Good.
Good. Good.
So Big Ginger is still going. He's the one that just
He's
stabbed
looking.
Adrian.
He's looking very battered, and you can see that he's using all the energy he can to really make an impact on Adrian.
I would. Oh, it's an instant hit. So just seeing this, she just kind of throws up her hand, and out of it comes this just sort of radiance and a kind of blinding light and it will hit the ginger moggy, and it just hits.
Yeah.
It just
Uh,
hits.
It just hits.
Just
Boy.
Just hits. As it
just
hits,
dies.
as it hits the moggy, it like sort of blasts onto. I don't know. Is he wearing like a
He's wearing like leather armor. Yeah.
leather armor? He's got like a belt buckle or something on there, perhaps like a
maybe,
little strap.
Maybe,
Fabulous.
yeah.
As it hits that bit of metal, that metal then becomes illuminated, and you just get like this bright light in a 20-foot radius. So it's like bam, boop. And it does. What have I got? Oh, what are these things? Don't want you. 6. No. 4. No, just 3. 3 holy
3.
damage.
3 holy damage. As you blast this shot, and you sort of wait as, like, you're expecting it to do something. This tabby cat sort of takes a step back as he's not completely sure what sort of happened, and then he just kind of looks down and he goes like, "What was?" Oh! As he just explodes in this bright light. Libby, would you like to continue explaining how you just decimate this mobby cat?
I like to think that the light like goes inside him, and then as he like screams, realizing the light just blasts out of his mouth and his eyeballs, like blah, like sort of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I was gonna say Livy over here doing Indiana Jones deaths.
Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark, just bloop, blah, blah,
Oh
and he
my
just
gosh.
melts
It just melts.
in holiness. Sister Onyx is just like,
Wow.
Yeah, this moggy cat, this boss moggy is gone. Just
Boss
gone.
mog.
Just gone from this world.
Flipping
Is there a burnt shadow outline?
Just like
that's what you get for speaking scat against the man.
Oh, wow.
if you don't want to do any free actions, you are more than welcome to pass on to the next person.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just look over at Abigail.
Abigail's just like this. At the side of the car.
Go on, dear. Go on.
She's just watched a hench cat get absolutely mullered. She's gonna stand up and take another shot at the guy with the javelin if he's still alive.
So the guy with the javelin is
He's
mush now on
He's
the floor.
mush. Awesome. He's
You've
mush.
obviously got the
other
You've
one.
got another cat with a bow, which is
Yep.
probably about 30 feet away from you. But then you've got the other two that are sort of about 15 feet away from you.
Let's go for the guy who's further away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll. It's only a 6 plus 3, which is 9. It does not hit. And then
You can use a fortune to re-roll, Julia, if you
Yep,
want.
you can use the fortune.
or I could choose to beef it and get another fortune, couldn't I?
We
If you-
currently have 6 fortune.
Oh, we're
currently have
fine. We're
six
fine.
fortune.
Spend 1.
Yeah.
Goodbye 1 fortune. Roll again.
Roll again. That's a little
It's
better.
You can still use a
16.
You can still use a
And
Bless.
you've still got your bless as well.
if you want.
It is on. My bless is on. That's
Your
bless
already.
is on.
It was a 12
Okay.
plus 1 for bless, plus 3 for my modifier. So 16.
Okay. 16 altogether. Yes, that does hit.
Nice. And then I roll a d6. So another 9 damage for this guy.
Another 9 damage.
She's a
As-
pro.
As this other moggy with his short bow is just about to take another hit, he's feeling quite smug with himself as he's been able to get Bourbon in the butt. But then, he then sees his boss just erupt in light.
Holy light. Yeah.
In holy light, and he's just so gobsmacked about how this happens. He does not notice this arrow that you then pew and just goes straight into his neck, round to the other side as he goes, and then just collapses backwards.
Okay, go Abigail.
We are fantastic adventurers, can I just say? I think
what I'm going to do is at this point, it feels like the safest place to be is going to be around the other side of the cart. So I'm going to take cover on the opposite side now.
Yep. Okay. That leaves the other two Moggies to take their turns. So I am going to take one. One is going to move. Who's probably the... Oh, no, Bourbon hasn't. Julia, you get to choose.
I pass to Bourbon.
Pass to Bourbon. Sorry, Bourbon.
Bourbon, get behind cover, you idiot.
Well, Bourbon is flailing because he's been mortally wounded by an arrow to the butt.
In the butt.
Into the soft, squishy tush of nobility. I ready to go. I will sort of like wave the rod in the vague direction of the other bowmog that is still up and about. And I'm gonna cast an elemental ray. So I turn down the power on the magic rod. So this is this plus 4, so 22.
Ooh.
22 to hit?
Yeah, 22 to hit.
No, damage, Nathan.
I was going to say. He just goes... yes, that does hit.
Bowmog will take a total of 4 fire damage.
4 fire damage.
And then I imagine he's sort of like kind of risen up to one knee. Like he's got one hand clasping the arrow in his right bum cheek. He's pointing the rod with the other hand. The force of the rod is enough to blast him backwards out over the edge of the cart, boom, along to land in a crumple alongside Abigail, which unfortunately for Bourbon also snaps the arrow, leaving half of it still in his bum cheek. But I'm now unintentionally taking cover behind the cart.
Cool. Fair enough. So with that, it's going to be the unless there's anything else you want to do, Dan?
No. I will cry to any man who can hear me for sweet deliverance.
With that then, we've got the 2 Moggies left. One of the Moggies with the bow, because obviously even though you've gone over the other side of the cart, Dan, obviously to hide is an action. And so you are still in sight of the bow Moggy who can kind of see your bum sort of sitting like underneath the cart. So he's going to do like a little swifty move, and he's not completely sure who to go for. He's not quite sure to go for Abby or to go for you, but considering that you've just smacked him one with this fire damage, he's going to go for you. He is going to do a roll. I'm guessing sort of like a 17 hits, yeah.
Well, maybe not. So I have seen that targets that have some cover get a +2 to defense.
Okay.
So what's his total roll?
It was a 17.
Like a 19 or something.
No, sorry, it's a 18. Gets a +1 on that attack.
Okay. In which case, as I've crumpled and I can see this, the bowmog, as the arrow pings. I'm guessing being hidden behind cart would be cover, so I'll take my defense up to 14. I will point, like the rod's still out, a shield. It kind of emerges in front of me, making the arrow ricochet off it and then embedding in the underside of the cart. Shield will take me up to defense 19 with the cover of the cart as well.
Fantastic. And how long does that last for?
That's just a one and done.
Just a one and done?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yep. So this arrow then ends up sort of like lodging into the bottom of the the thing as you protect both yourself and Abigail, which is very nice of you.
Yay!
Definitely not the purpose of the. But yes, yes.
So the other Moggy with the javelin is going to go for his closest enemy, which is probably going to be Onyx. So he's going to run towards you, Onyx.
Did he not see how I treated the other one?
Yeah, and that's probably why he's running towards you. It's just this
For
little,
salvation.
it's this little small little like sort of fluffy black and white cat. It's like, as he runs towards you.
As they run, are their back shoulders
Yeah, back to just
So their back legs run quicker than their front legs.
Yeah. These are the ones where they do like this, where they get up on their hind legs and go, yeah. But obviously, in so much rage, he tries to attack you, Onyx, but is not able to. He's just sort of flailing around his javelin, just trying to get it at you, but is not able to get a hit. So we are back up to the top of the order, and I am going to say that Adriana is gonna go first.
Thank you. Adrian, seeing kind of wiping the blood off of his face, maybe tasting a little, but looking at the wound, and be like, it is but a scratch. I must protect. Will puck off. Off of off of the cart and run towards Onyx and get within 5 feet of get into range with the black and white cat and Onyx, and I do a stab.
Do a stab.
Do a stab.
Roll for
Can
stab.
I make this, depending upon how well or badly I hit, a non-lethal stab?
Ooh.
If you want.
Just in case. I don't know how
Stab
well
him in
I
the
We need at least
thigh.
one.
lethal enough.
So
Just put
are
that
you lethal enough to draw blood, or are you just going to attack it with
Yeah.
the bunt of your cutlets, or what are you going to do?
Well, that was a massive fail.
Doesn't really
You're
matter.
Yeah.
gonna wildly swing and miss.
Can
Yeah.
can I beseech to the group to take a fortune?
Yes, take your
We currently
fortune.
have
Go
5.
on. Go
Mhm.
on.
Okay, I've narrowed it down to 4. I am particularly really bad at rolling dice. I don't know whether it's digital dice, physical dice. It's
You are
it
terrible.
it
I've never
follows
known
me.
anyone to roll so badly.
follows me. That's slightly better. That's
Hey.
better. That's a 15 plus 2. That's a 16, 17 to hit.
17 to
Very
hit.
good.
Yeah, that definitely hits this little Moggy as it's sort of trying to attack Onyx with this with the javelin. He
Just so
doesn't
much
see-
taller than him. I'm just
Yeah. He doesn't see this little terrier just sort of run along and go,
I do a stab. That is 8 stabs.
8 stabs. 8 non-lethal stabs.
8 non-lethal stabs.
8 non-lethal stabs.
Is it like
Fantastic.
the flying pommel to the head as you go leaping off the back of the car?
Yeah.
Pommel
Awesome.
whipped him.
And as another action, depending on if he goes down, then I will do a thing. Unless if he doesn't go down, I'll do a different thing.
No, he is still standing.
Okay, great. In which case, I will then use the other half of my skill, which allows me to then hide.
Ooh.
I just have to go and look it up one more time. I forgot to bookmark it. Here we go. I can make an agility sneak check. Difficulty is 10 plus the highest cunning of all active components.
Okay.
So I will roll a d20 and see what happens with that.
You do that, and I will find out the cunning of these creatures.
Boop. Okay,
Hey.
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Uh,
It's probably
I don't know if I also get blessed for that, but
I believe you would.
Yeah, you get blessed for that. Yeah.
okay.
I mean, you
that's-
don't need it. These characters have +0 cunning, apparently.
Okay.
I don't know how
So
they have
10 plus.
+0. Yeah.
So I just needed higher than a 10.
Yeah.
So as an action to hide in the shadows or otherwise avoid a target's attention. If successful, I gain a boon on my next attack roll.
Okay. Yeah. You are successful, so you get a boon. Just
I'm the
to
tree.
just to remind the
Hide
listeners
Onyx's
again.
skirt, just to get to the nun.
Into the nun.
Just to remind the listeners, a boon is basically advantage, so you get to roll 2d20s and you take the highest. Cool. Anything else, or would you like to pass on to the next player?
As I pop out of existence. Where'd he go? Who knows? I will pass to the guy who I just hit.
Yeah. You're gonna pass to the Moggy? Fantastic.
What?
So,
See what he thinks about that.
so this
Oh my
Moggy, he's just
God.
kind of like he's just felt this sort of like this smack over the head with what he believes was a cutlass, and then it's gone again. He's like, what? And then he's so
He may have vaguely heard in his ear, "But my father."
he's just gonna go, what? And he is going to attack Onyx again because he fully believes that it was Onyx who just did that. Oh yeah, that's a dirty 20.
Yep,
That is a
that is
hit.
indeed.
Thanks,
think-
Chris.
I think I don't know if it's correct, but we can spend a fortune to force a reroll in the opposite direction as well.
I don't
It's-
think so.
Reroll any one die, including damage. Choose the higher for the use for the roll. Okay, so we can't.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No, take it.
No.
Yeah.
So the javelin is and that is going to be five stabbing damage. As he sees this little terrier sort of like hurtle its way up your skirt, and as he tries to sort of get it out of there, and accidentally stabs you. And because of that, I'm going to let you go next, Livy.
Thanks. I'm just gonna bonk it on the head with my quarterstaff. I think just a straight bonk.
Straight bonk.
A non-lethal bonk.
A
please.
non-lethal bonk.
So that's going to be. Let's get this one up. So
Yes, that-
17.
that-
Yes.
That definitely
yes.
bonks.
That bonks fabulous. And it's gonna be a. Ooh, well, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blunt damage.
5. As you just go down and go like bonk, like this on his head, and just goes, "Stop that, bonk!" He just goes, "Oh," and then just falls back on his back, and he's unconscious.
Nice.
Nice.
Onyx just sort of says to the group, "I've got one alive. I haven't burnt this one
Yes.
yet." Is it me to nominate?
Yes.
Yes, you to
A
nominate.
nom.
Nom.
There's one guy left.
One guy
You've
left.
got one left.
Plus
You've got,
biscuit.
you've got the tall black one
Plus
left,
biscuit. Tall black one.
and biscuit. If you wish
And
to,
Biscuit.
like,
No,
biscuit
don't
hasn't
murder
gone. He's just
Biscuit.
cowering behind a bush at the moment. He's
Don't
taken
murder
those goes just
Biscuit.
in secret, and those were just to wee himself. So
Traitors
Aw.
never prosper. Traitors never prosper. That's all I'm saying.
you don't know what's happened in his life.
Wow, I know the decision that he's made in his life, and this wasn't a good one.
Wow.
Onyx shouts to Poor Bon. There's only one left, darling. Go on.
I, in a wildly overly dramatic way, I'll pull myself up using the cart, pretending that my leg is dead, but actually putting quite a lot of weight on it. And I will aim the rod of power at the final Bowmog, and I'll cast another elemental ray. So that is 18 to hit.
Yep, that does hit.
Beautiful. Bowmog will take 2 damage.
Do you not get a bonus to that?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Is it a cantrip?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
2 damage. And then I'll open my one eye to see if it worked. Is the Mog horizontal or vertical?
That Mog is still standing.
Okay. I will then. Abigail's stood pretty much next to me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abigail will then sort of get a fluffy paw, just slapping her on the side of her head as Bonbon's pointing, and sort of slapping for attention.
Abigail's just
And
gonna,
I'll pass. Yeah.
just gonna sigh. If you want something done properly, don't trust Bourbon to do it. And she's gonna shoost the remaining cat for an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So that's gonna do. Oh, it's only gonna do 4
4
damage. Yeah.
Yeah, so this, after just sort of feeling this sort of elemental ray and then getting sort of an arrow in the shoulder, he is looking ragged, but he is still standing.
So maybe this would be a really good moment for us to negotiate. He's probably going to feel quite chatty if we spare his life.
I mean, you can take a free action if you want to ask a question.
I think Abigail would just say, "Have you had enough?" So,
this
we done
Moggy
here?
is going to sort of wheeze as he's taking a bit of a battering, but he's still standing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to go, might as well go out fighting. And he is going to draw his bow at you, Abigail.
Poor decision.
Would anyone object to Bourbon eating a fortune?
You won't be able to, unless it's for something specific, because you've already taken your turn in this round. So you can only take a fortune to force go, and we've still got the Moggy. The Moggy has still got a go to go.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, he is going to roll. He has got a dirty 20.
He's gonna hit.
He's going to hit.
Definitely gonna hit.
And he is going to go with a short bow. He is going to get you with 3 points of stabbing damage.
What does that come off? Is that off my stamina point?
Comes off your stamina, yeah.
It's 3.
But this Moggy is looking ragged.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to say, so we're back at the top of the order. Dan, as you were eager to go with a fortune, I'm going to let you go next.
Okay. In which case, Bourbon incorrectly assumed that the arrow was heading for him, so he's very thankful that Abigail caught the arrow for him. Not that he would admit it. And as this Mog has foregone our mercy, I will crank up the rod to full power again and deliver unto him 19 points of damage.
Oh!
I mean, He was on 3 points, Stan.
Yeah. We ain't anymore.
So this cat literally just goes, like, you don't see him being obliterated because he literally just shoots off into the woods, like pulled along by these magical darts that sort of just projectile him into the woods until you hear this like.
I'm imagining an almost Team Rocket style, like they
Yeah.
launch him up through the canopy of the trees.
Poor guy.
And with our last Moggy, that is, you have successfully defeated the Moggy Bandit group.
Nice.
So as you are,
Amazing.
as this last Moggy, you sort of hear him sort of set off like a firework off into the canopy.
God. Poor
You
guy.
are surrounded by sort of like this sort of shadow in the ground of where this boss Moggy used to be. An absolutely obliterated pile of mush sort of very close to him. Another one that's just sort of spewing sort of blood just out of its neck from the other side of the cart, and then this other one's just knocked out, just sort of laying there. And Biscuit is sort of like, he's just there by the bush, just like he is very scared that you're going to do what you have just done to these cats to him. There is a little bit of wee near him. So yeah, what would you like to do?
Appearing from underneath the skirts, still with cutlass drawn, Adrian will kind of like face up to Biscuit and says, You unfaithful mutt.
I didn't mean. They forced me to do it. I really didn't mean to do it. And he's crying. He's just crying. He's just like, I didn't mean to do this. It wasn't. They forced me to do it. I'm really sorry. I'm kind of like they held me a hostage and they bullied me and I didn't know what else to do.
Okay, shut up.
And I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. I'm really sorry.
I'm gonna take out a little bit of rope and gonna kind of like bind his muscles so he just kind of like,
Oh, poor Biscuit.
and then just kind of drag him towards Sister Onyx and go. I have found this thing. It is dog, but not.
I think that's what Ash said when he adopted Biscuit as well.
I found this thing.
A sorry state for dog. I mean, he's not making much sense.
No, well, I think he's probably just a bit of a worm, isn't he? Just gets taken advantage of. I mean, do you think we'll get any sense out of him? Shall I wake up the other one? This is this like sort of crumpled cat on the floor. Can
I would wake the cat.
Yeah. Can I slap the cat away?
Yeah. You can slap. He just kind of did we win? Oh.
Does it look like you won?
Just 4 snoots hanging over him.
Oh, scat. Oh.
Well.
Oh.
You going to tell us what's going on? Yeah, well, yes.
He sort of just kind of goes like, like, if I tell you, will you let me go?
Depends.
Woman of the cloth.
I don't know if I can rely on depend.
Well, as long as you're not killing any children or...
I don't plan to.
Okay, well, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement.
Well, and he sort of like pulls himself up onto his bottom and he sort of kind of goes like, look, I'm not going to do anything. And he chucks away his javelin. He's like, look, I'm sorry, I was just doing what my boss was telling me to do.
Yeah.
We got hired by some guy. Like, you're from Pugmire, aren't you?
Yes.
we got hired by some guy in Pugmire. He wanted us to go after meat wagons, and he said he would, pay us in sort of, meat as well, but also in some good plastic. And, we just take jobs where we can, really. But, we don't usually work for dogs, but...
Oh, it was a dog that hired you.
Yeah, the author was pretty sweet. So we decided to, sort of ransacking meat wagons was pretty easy, really, because they're only just, it's just common folk, really. We weren't expecting, obviously you lot to mess us up.
Well, it will catch up with you. Crime. Sin.
No, I don't know what this sin thing is, but I'm sure. Crime. We've got no real chance, have we? You won't let us in Pugmire, and the cat houses, they won't, unless we're like,
Well, if you stop...
I'm a bit fluffy, but they still won't let me, the Serbians won't let me in, so it's just like, the Rexes, nah, they won't let me in. So I've just got to make money where I can, really.
Well, if you didn't choose such low-life career paths,
Where else am I supposed to go? People
Church.
Won't give me...
The church!
Well, I'm sorry. I don't believe the same things you believe. So, no church for me.
That's why I'm standing over you while you're on the floor.
You could learn to live peacefully in the woods. It has many bounteous feasts to offer.
Yeah, like wagons coming through that I can ransack. No, I'll get it. Look, I appreciate it that you've let me live. I wouldn't want to face the same fate as my mates.
1, who is this dog? 2, are there any more of you?
And what of this cretin? This worm-like cretin. Pointing a biscuit.
Yeah. Is this one in on it, or is he just...
Nah, not really. He's been a bit like, he's got a bit of a debt to this boss man. And so he comes and helps us sort of lower the defenses of the people we come across. And he's pretty easy, isn't he? He's a bit pathetic. So yeah, we just bring him along to sort of as a distraction, and then we ambush.
Yeah, well, yeah, we saw the plan, and we were there. So yeah, back to.
We almost got you.
But we got you back. The boss. Who's the boss? What's his name?
I don't know his name.
What does he look like?
He did, and he points to the shadow that's on the ground.
Well,
Max did. Max knew his name.
Oh no!
But what does he look like? Have you met him?
No, we know he's.
When you next meeting him,
we know he is angry. We know he is. We know that he wants power. That's all we know.
We should ask Biscuit.
Look, I'm more than happy to head off, but this little worm here, he'll take you how to get there. He knows where it is. I don't, but he'll take you.
Onyx looks round. Should we let him go? This cat?
Abigail just sort of nods.
I think he has told us enough.
Well, off you scramble.
Much obliged. I won't. I'll go live in the woods.
Live in the woods. No more meat wagon nefariousness.
I can't have lost all my mates now. And he's sort of just like he rushes off, ears sort of like pushed right back to the front of his head, eyes just wide.
You could get a proper job. Just saying. I'm sure you've got skills. Maybe you don't have to live in the woods. Is all I'm saying.
He's scarpered off.
He's gone. Okay, that's fine.
Biscuit is
It's
still
not just
sitting.
crime or the woods, is all I'm saying.
I mean, to
There
some
are
it
other
is.
choices.
Some
I
it
guess
is.
it might
I
be.
gave
for
her the choice,
some.
the church, and he was like, nah,
Didn't want it.
Well, no.
didn't want it.
So yes, you are left with this clearing, with this wagon, with these bodies around you, and a tied-up biscuit.
Muzzled biscuit.
Do we
guess
have
we-
to? I think we should probably take the
I
muzzle off.
think we do, yeah.
If I must.
Yeah,
I will
Adrian. I want you to do
demuzzle.
it with the cutlass.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god.
Hello.
If you like your whiskers,
I mean,
you
I
should
do.
talk and maybe take us to whoever put you onto this. Who do
Okay.
you owe money to? Who?
Oh. I don't really know his name. They just call him the Don.
The Don.
Have you met him? What does he look like?
I've never met him face to face. I just owe him some plastic. But I know where he is.
What you in
I can
plastic
take-
for? Debts, gambling.
Yeah, you see, I've got a bit of a habit. I like the paste. I like the meat
No,
paste.
it's the post.
No.
You
Like,
never.
I can't get
You
enough
poor
of it.
dog.
Oh,
You
no.
poor dog.
And that's how they
It's no
suck
way
you
to
in. They
live.
suck you in with the meat paste.
Addicted to the
Then
paste.
you just need more.
You poor soul. You poor soul.
When did you last have paste?
Oh, it's been days.
Oh my gosh.
They said I had to do so many carts until I could get more meat paste.
No wonder
There was-
he's so wormy and pathetic. He hasn't had paste in days.
I heard the withdrawal from paste is just terrible.
Oh, it's
absolutely
agonising. It's agonising.
Hearing the story, Adrian's kind of like heart kind of like seeks some sort of solace inside of his own chest, and he kind of dips into his bag and like gets half a smacko or snacko, if we're calling them that, TM, and breaks it at half.
Also, his
And
dick's
off-
paste. Don't give him smack.
gives Biscuit half a snacko. Says, "This is no paste, but it will tide you over."
Biscuit
Takes
sort
the
of
edge
takes
off.
it. He's like, thank you. He sort of puts it in his mouth a bit, and you go. And then he just kind of goes like, well. Like, it's not the same.
Rubs it in his gums.
It's not the same. It's not the same. I'm sorry. It was very kind of you, but it's not the same.
Snatch it back and nom it.
What a sad and wretched creature.
Maybe we should just put him out of his misery.
Barely a dog at all.
No, we need him. We need him to take us there.
Yeah, I'll take you. I'll take you to where you'll find him.
We could ride back to the city. We could have this wretch be in the front of the cart to guide us.
Well, I mean, the entrance is not in the city. It's actually on the outskirts. It's by the wall.
Oh,
By the wall.
more not
But
me.
I can show you where it is. There's like a secret sort of underground like network that sort of
my
goes
goodness.
under Pugmire. And I can take you there.
Well, lead the way. Off on your pop.
Okay.
Oh, am I
He's gonna-
driving as well? I guess I drove
He's
here.
gonna scrabble onto the to the front.
I
Um,
sit down next to him and just
I
put a hand on his shoulder in a slightly threatening, don't try and come off the cart kind of way.
he goes "Ah!" and he falls off.
Oh,
And he sort of scrambles
Just
himself
grab him
back on
by
again.
his
oh, poor little guy.
If
Go
we're traveling, if we are setting off, if Sister Onyx is riding up front, before we go, I will pour as pathetically as Biscuit at you, in an attempt to convince you to do some first aid on me.
Well, I mean, during this ride, because it's a little bit further than sort of Southgate, so during this ride, I will let you have like a short rest.
Hey, what does that do?
Let's have a little look.
Well,
think
there is
you get to roll your
My hit dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
there is a
Worth
like
it.
it's a DC 15 cunning check for first aid that will generate some health. And we can do that once per scene. So I'm happy to try and pull this arrowhead out of my bum cheek, and then if I fail, which is likely,
you slip keel over.
well, tell you what. Once per scene, I would like to try and pull this arrowhead out of my bum.
How much are you hurting at the moment?
Oh, quite.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm also
have you-
quite hurt.
There's no way your max stamina is 6. There's no way.
6 plus. It might be. It might be 7
9?
actually. Yeah, swap
No,
vitality around. I'm on 5 of 7, which is basically death's door as far as Bourbon is concerned.
6 max would have just been absolutely nuts.
I think it was that until I realised that my spells damped off my vitality, so I
Ah.
swapped it round.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
I will deafen some of you with a chorus of anguished wails as I futilely try to pull this arrowhead from my bum cheek.
But as we're
And
driving, just sort of
Yes, yes, yeah. And every time we hit a bump, there's But yeah, by the sounds of it, we can all like lick our wounds, basically.
Oh, can we all do that?
Yes. Yeah.
So what we
It's a
do
difficulty of 15 cunning check.
Yeah.
a cunning.
And you don't have to lick your own wounds, although I can imagine that's highly unsanitary to lick someone else's wounds.
Hey,
nice.
triumph.
Abigail, you get a fortune for
Yeah,
getting a
Add
20.
a
don't you?
fortune, and
Ooh.
yeah, that's a
I
plus
will
2. So
add that in. That makes us
22.
now at 5.
My
hooray!
fortune.
Nice.
I fail at licking my own wounds.
What do we get back?
1d4.
1d4.
1d4. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's try.
but we're having a short rest, and how does that equate?
So these are the kind of things that you can do during your short rest. You can lick your wounds,
okay.
and you can heal yourself.
It's quite a hard self-heal check.
It is.
It's
Well,
real tough.
I mean, when you've been
but
shot
someone
by an
else
arrow,
can also do it for you. So someone else can also do a healing check for you if you ask nicely.
I did my own. Can I do one for Adrienne as well?
It's
Is that
one
allowed?
per dog per scene.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
But I think, hang on a minute.
That's because my cunning.
I mean,
pretty
you can
good,
spend a
so-
fortune if you want to re-roll, Chris.
I mean, we've only just got one.
Yeah, you might as well use it.
But
That's fine. Use it.
Won't guarantee that I will roll better, but let's give it a go. I rolled slightly better, but still not better enough.
No.
I will reduce our fortune by 1.
Okay.
So we are now 4 fortune.
4 fortune.
So yeah, at the end of a the end. So we've got rests and naps. So I think rest is shorter. I believe. Yeah, napping is an extended period of downtime. So at the end of a rest, we can spend our stamina dice to regain health points or spell points in the case of Onyx and I. Bourbon would like to zhuzh up his magical reserves.
Mhm.
So he's going to get 2 spell slots back.
Ooh.
Or spell points, I should say.
Can I do that as well?
Yeah. So you can spend it for stamina or spell points. So you're back up to 3. I assume you're on 3.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm gonna use it on stamina, to be honest, because I got javelined. And I only have 9 hit points, so there we go.
So you are. So while you're sort of licking your wounds, and Biscuit is sort of guiding you back towards the south gate. Is there anything else you want to ask Biscuit or talk to each other about as you make your way back?
I'd just like to, if he knows anything more about the Don, maybe how much influence he has in the city, how...
Does he like a particular type of meat?
Yes.
So Biscuit knows. So he's been around for a while. He's he sort of sorts out like the meat paste, and obviously I don't know if he's getting more meat for just like this meat paste thing, but he runs a couple of underground gambling circuits. He's been going for a while, I think, but this is the first time I think he's got cats involved to do things for him. Yes, I'm not completely sure. I try to I don't usually go out finding him. He usually finds me with his goons.
His goons. Tell me more.
He's got as far as I'm aware, he's not a big dog himself. He's got much bigger dogs that sort of run around and do the business for him.
Huh. Interesting.
It sounds like a fiend and a criminal.
Oh yeah. He's scary business. You don't want to mess with him. Are you sure you want to go? He's no joke.
Well, are you taking us to his underground, headquarters?
If you want to meet him, I'll take you there.
Is there a lot of goons there?
There
is
may
it
be.
heavily defended? I mean, what are we getting ourselves in for?
I don't know. I'm being honest. I'm being honest here. I don't really know. But if you want to meet him, if you want to have a chat with him, if you want to say he's open for chats.
Good for chats.
Good for chat.
Perhaps we should meet. Perhaps you. I'll point to everyone else. Should meet him. You should.
Well, if anyone
organize
will have influence over him, it's surely your family. You've got family name behind you, Padel.
And don't forget the money, the plastic. Yeah.
Well, that comes with the name, but yes.
There's the same face on Bourbon's face as to when the ambush plan started to spiral wildly out of his control. But yeah, if you feel free, if you want to strong arm Bourbon into a position of being the tip of this
Bourbon
infiltration
is
spear.
Absolutely going to be the bargaining chip of this.
Would it not be Biscuit who was our bargaining chip? He's
I
our
don't
way
think he cares
in, right?
I don't think he cares about a pate.
Well, no,
addict.
but we could get in there by pretending we are, bringing.
We want to do business.
That Biscuit was trying to run away, and we understand he owes money, and so we're bringing him back as a bargaining chip.
I just struggle to know why a nun bring back.
Yeah, you can't look like a nun. Why would you want to look like a nun going into this situation?
Well, I don't have any other clothes. What else?
we can get you something else.
Sister Onyx's wardrobe like Bart
else.
Simpson's. It's all just the same.
Like none or nothing.
I'm sure we'll find something else. I don't think it's a good idea for you to go into the lair of the Don in your cassock or whatever it is you're wearing right now. Your habit.
Is there some legs in either Bonbon presenting himself as like a potential business partner of sorts, and or some sort of collateral / hostage?
I mean, yeah, we've got either we bring him in to be like, I'm a very rich family and I want to get part of the pate gig, you know.
The sausage.
I want to do underground stuff
within the church.
We want to control the sausage trade. Yeah.
Or we bring him in and as a potential bargaining chip for them, we can present him, be like, we've captured this very rich whelp, and you're welcome to do as you wish with him. Nathan. I would go in that he's a business. I would go in as he would want to do, but that's what rich people do, isn't it? They just
He's a businessman with a business plan.
exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
He ain't a businessman. He's a business man.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's been heard about via the biscuit, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of.
That sounds
Biscuit has been trying to MLM
Yeah.
Udell
I don't know.
into his downline.
I'm more than happy to be the newest interested business party, or led by Adrian and Abigail. Even if it's like Borbor and Sister Onyx being offered up as bargaining chips. So you've got the backing of a royal family because you have their favoured son. You have the ignorance of the church, lest anything happens to one of their beloved sisters. So, Bourbon won't suggest either of these, but Dan is more than happy for Bourbon to be involuntarily
Hog-tied.
part of the plan. Yeah.
Nate, whilst this is happening, can I take a little nap in the back of the cart because I'm pretty hurt?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
you can take a little nap in the cart.
That's okay. Cool. Well, I will take a small rest, I believe, because a nap is a long rest. So I will take a D8 hit points back. Great. Cool. Thank you.
Nice.
I will just snuggle down the back and
Have a little snoozy.
have a little snoozy.
Well, as we'll talk through the plan with Biscuit. So, Biscuit.
Yes.
Do you think that we would? How would we gain best entry? I mean, is he a man of business? Is he?
I think with this entrance that I'm taking you to, he'll be there, I'm sure. He's sort of keeping a low profile at the moment with the meat hijacking at the moment. He doesn't want to be seen. But I think you'll be able to. Meet him in this entrance. Yeah. And as the four of you, or the five of you with Biscuit, he sort of takes you round where you would usually enter into Southgate. He takes you away from that path and sort of takes you on sort of a little bit of a journey round the sort of wall of Pugmire. You can see it sort of a good 160 feet away from you, along this path that sort of follows all the way around the wall until you come to a very sort of hidden patch of sort of thick forestry. And as he pulls up, he sort of he jumps off and he brushes away sort of these bushes away from it. And you actually see in sort of a mound of dirt, a door, like a small door that all four of you could definitely crawl through. Could all of you roll me an intellect check for your history?
Boy.
I think Bless would have disappeared by
Bless
now.
is
would have
distinctly gone.
Ooh.
Hello.
22.
Hello.
Mine is 19.
Cool.
Mine's just 18.
So, definitely all of you, besides from
10.
Adrian.
Me.
Still asleep.
Still asleep.
Adrian, you're still asleep, sort of like in the back snoozing, and the three of you have sort of like popped out of the cart to sort of look at what Biscuit has pushed away. You sort of recall back in your mind over the history of Pugmire, especially towards sort of like their history of the war between the cats and the dogs. You heard stories back then that there were secret entrances into Pugmire that led into sort of like secret little corridors underneath the kingdom. So if there was anything that needed for like a quick evacuation or for an entrance when they knew that when all the barricades are up during the war, you knew or you heard stories that there were these entrances sort of scattered around sort of like the perimeter of Pugmire that would allow you to get back into the city without being seen. And you can only think that this is actually one of them that is still intact and that can be entered. And Biscuit sort of, he grabs the two handles and he sort of pulls it open. And he's just like, this is one of the entrances. Come on, let's go. And he sort of waves you to come through into this like bunker, like tunnel. We'll take a break.
Ooh. Fabulous.
So, if you want to find out about our heroes meeting the Don, there is many things that you can do. You can subscribe to the channel, you can like this episode, and you can hit that notification bell to find out when the next episode will be going live. There's lots going on. We've got Daggerheart, we've got Warhammer, we've got all sorts going on at the moment. So have a little look around. There's great stuff. We've got 2 full campaigns that have already gone past. We've got D&D, we've got Blades in the Dark. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots going on. But if you're particularly interested in Pugmire, then you better come back next week, and we will be in our finale episode for it. So until then, we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.